Hi there, Pisces. Thanks so much for tuning in. I'm Astrogirl, and here is your forecast for the week June 16 through June 22. Now, as you know, Mercury, the planet of communication and clear thinking, is continuing his retrograde journey through Gemini, which is your fourth house of home and family. So for some of you, this is really interfering with your domestic bliss, shall we say. Maybe you and your flatmate are warring over something silly, you and your partner, you and your whoever you live with. Some people live at home with their parents, some of you live with your grandparents, some of you live with your siblings, some of you live alone, maybe you're sparring with the partner or the neighbors next door, all those sorts of things. So whatever you can do to bring that noise down to a low buzz, because it's really just noise. Nothing's gonna come of this. This is just Mercury getting in the way of communication. So if you can't say anything nice and anything that's going to lead to any kind of reconciliation or understanding, don't say anything at all. It's better just to say, look, I'm throwing my hands up. I'm throwing in the towel. I'm not going to continue torturing myself over this same insane argument, because often flatmates argue about the same thing. Maybe it's a different subject, but it's basically the fact that they're sharing a small space and they drive each other mad, and it's all going to be fine. This too shall pass. It's one of my favorite sayings, and it's interesting because I've always thought it was biblical, and I'm not biblical. And then I find out it's not. So I feel like I can say it. Even though it's not very cosmic, I feel like, in a way, it's a really good thing to say to yourself when you feel like, what else is, what else can go wrong? That feeling's going to pass. And then next week or next year or in 5 years, you'll be in a completely different place. And hopefully it's next week and not next year and 5 years. But this is a time, Pisces, that is going to test your patience. But the good news is that the sun is moving into Cancer over the weekend, your fifth house of romance, creativity, and self-fulfillment. And even though it's not a great time to meet someone new and start dating someone new, if it happens, you're obviously not going to say, go away, Mercury's retrograde. You're just going to proceed with caution and understand that maybe you'll meet and everything will be great, and then you won't hear from the other person, or they'll be busy, or they'll send you lame texts or messages saying, stuck in traffic, can't make our date, or the baby's sick, or the babysitter's sick, or like whatever, crazy thing they can come up with to get out of the date, because they simply are not feeling like going on a date, or they are actually stuck in traffic, or the baby's sick, or their kids have got something at school, or, they did rip their pantyhose at work and they don't want to go on a date with, like, there's so many reasons. Mercury retrograde just makes things that much harder. And it's just simply a matter of going with the flow and finding that come July, it's going to be a fabulous month for you, because the sun will be in Cancer, and you'll be feeling much better about yourself once Mercury moves direct. Thanks so much for tuning in, and I look forward to speaking to you again next week, Pisces.